Hello, and thank you for clicking on today's video. Before we get started with the public safety job and the benefits of public safety employment, I want to thank all my subscribers, all the people that have been subscribing to the channel. That's great. It shows you're hungry for information, and I enjoy sharing this information. I want to see you guys become successful. So thank you to all the subscribers and anyone out there that you know is seeking advice, law enforcement position, or life advice. Please send them to my channel so that we can get this community growing and that you guys can become successful. So today's video is on public safety, employment, and public safety benefits. Specifically, what I'm going to be talking about is defined benefit, which is a point of contention for a lot of people in the private sector. They don't like the fact that in public safety we have something called defined benefit, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. And I'm actually going to be pulling over here, and so that I can completely focus on this topic. So a few of you emailed me asking me about what is the defined benefit, and in a nutshell, defined benefit in public safety employment is when you work for a government agency, a public safety or government agency for a certain number of years. They look at the salary that you've had for the last 3 years. They do an average of that highest salary, and then they look at the number of years of service that you've put in with that agency, and then that's how they calculate your retirement. And so, like when I left law enforcement, we were at 3% at 50, which is roughly 90% of your salary for the rest of your life at age 50. Since then, they've modified it a little bit. For example, California Highway Patrol is at 2% at 55, or 3% at 55. So they have to work 5 more years. But in essence, when they retire, when these law enforcement officers retire, they're going to get what's called defined benefit. They're going to get 90% of their salary for the rest of their life. So imagine this. Imagine you're 50 years old today, and you're getting ready to retire, and you're making $6,500, let's just say, a month without overtime. You're probably going to be getting about $5,300 for the rest of your life, every month for the rest of your life, with a 2 to 3% COLA, cost of living allowance, raise for the rest of your life. And so that's kind of like winning the lottery. And so I enjoy making these types of videos because some of you are on the border. You know, you have all the qualifications you need to get into law enforcement, to get into a government job, but you're trying to decide, do I stay in the private sector and continue my sales job or production job or whatever job you're doing, or do you jump aboard the government agency and get a secure retirement? I would be inclined, because I enjoy security, to opt for the government position. So currently in California alone, close to 40,000 job openings in law enforcement. 40,000. I've never seen that in my years of law enforcement, and I've been affiliated with law enforcement for a long time. So if you're on the border, if you're trying to decide what are some of the benefits, I would say retirement is a huge benefit. Think about this for a second. Retirement is a huge benefit. If you work for a private sector, you oftentimes have the 401k, which is a private retirement fund, often tied to the stock market. In public employee retirement system, they also invest some of the funds in the stock market, but the defined benefit part, the DB, defined benefit, means that whatever money you contributed into law enforcement during your years of service, they're going to use that amount to pay your retirement. And then if you outlive what that amount is, the state of California will continue to pay you your defined benefit. You know, what I mentioned earlier in an example, $5,300 for the rest of your life. $5,300 a month. I mean, I know a lot of you guys watch these YouTube videos where they're trying to promising this, promising that. I'm talking about some real tangible stuff dealing with your retirement. A lot of you guys watching these videos, subscribing to me, are in your early 20s. If you guys start right now, if you guys start a government job, you're going to be spending 25, 27 years in that job. And when you reach age 55, imagine this, like you reach age 55, you're getting ready to retire, and now you're going to be getting 90% of your salary for the rest of your life. Now, for some of you, if you think that's too good to be true, some of you may be contributing to a supplemental retirement fund, which I do, and that 90% could equal out to about 100% of your salary. And then I'm going to top it off with one more thing, is that you can then go get another job in corporate security, consulting, private investigation, whatever, with the experience that you got in law enforcement, and now you're going to be making, as much money as you want to make, as many cases as you want to work. So those are the benefits of public employee retirement system. I know that I don't want a lot of you guys thinking that it's just about getting in it for the money, but I know that some of you are on the fence, trying to decide, do I get into public safety retirement, or do I stay in the private sector? And so I highly wish that you guys watch this video, show it to other people, double check all these facts. If you don't believe what I'm saying, look up public employee retirement system, a system that has been very strong for many years, and then look up what I told you, defined benefit. It's something that's hated by the private sector people because they don't have that. And so again, you decide to retire at age 55, you're getting 90% of your salary for the rest of your life, assuming you put in the maximum number of years, 25, 27 years, and then you're able to go get another job, and you're making another $5,000 or $6,000, let's just say as a district attorney's office investigator, and now you're making $12,000 a month. I mean, those are all possibilities. I highly want you, and this is why on my videos I tell you to make the sacrifices now so that you can play later, so you can benefit later, right? Everything that is not worth fighting for, a job in the public safety, government, etc., is worth doing. Trust me. Some of you go online and check into civil service exams. Throughout the year now, they have those online, they have those in person. Go get your foot in the door in some state agency, and some county agency, and a large city agency, and then you can just lateral transfer across to different jobs. So, some of my students that I know in the past have gotten jobs with Caltrans, which is a state agency, and then they have got their education. They transferred over to Department of Justice, which is also a state agency, and now they're working as special agents for the Department of Justice. And some of them just retired. They were older students, they just retired, and now they're going to go get other jobs with the private sector, making $3,000 or $4,000 a month on top of their $5,000 a month retirement. Again, before I close this, I don't want you thinking that it's a done deal. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go after it for the money. When I got into law enforcement, I got in it because I loved helping people. I love being a public servant. I love going out there and doing it. There are risks involved with working for public safety. There's no doubt about it. But some of those risks you entail every day when you drive on the freeway. Some of those risks you entail every day when you get into a freeway that cars are driving at 85, 90 miles an hour every day in both directions. So those are real risks that you face every day. So you have to decide, do you take the comfortable, easy way out, continue working at your part-time job, and have a mediocre retirement when you get older? Or do you make the sacrifices now? Do you go get those college courses? Do you access people like me who are going to tell you like it is, so that you get the right answers, so you'll be successful in life? And so this concludes my video. I want you to continue sending those questions over. I want you to share this video with other people who are looking at what are the benefits of public safety retirement and what is defined benefit when it comes to retirement. And I'll continue making them as long as I can, because I want you to be informed. So thank you for listening, and listen, have a great day. You decide how your day is going to go. So 50% of it is thought, and so keep yourself on the positive mindset. Ignore the news, stop reading junk, stop reading conspiracy theories. Instead, listen to videos like me where it's talking to you about the real deal, okay? Live a happy life. A simple life is best. Take care.